Let's make a melody. And I think what I'm going to do today is use a preset that I made yesterday using a bunch of gross beat presets. So let me pull up. And before I lay anything down, let's see if I saved that preset. So I'm going to make it route to this channel only, and then named it as. So you see halftime. Yeah, here we go. So these are a bunch of gross beat, I can't talk, presets that I found. And I've figured out if you find one that you kind of like the bounce to, but then fade the whatever this is called, the mix level down, it almost kind of adds like a delay effect to it. So let's start putting some stuff down. Oh, and this EQ is basically just to cut off the very highest of the high frequencies and the lowest of the low frequencies. But basically everything else is fair game. So if I don't do this, you'll see a little bit of extra noise coming in at these really low frequencies, and I want to cut some of those out. That way it's easier for my kick and my 808 later on to hit through. I also cut out some of the highs, and you might be wondering, well, what's the purpose of that? That's for my hi-hat. So I don't know if I've ever seen anybody else do this, but in almost all of the melodies that I make, I cut off just the very highest frequencies, just the very end of it. And all that does is make it so that my hi-hats can be a lot quieter, but you can still hear them. Because one thing that bothers me is when hi-hats are way too loud, and it distracts you from everything else. So I like to keep the hi-hats not as loud, and what lets me do that is by cutting off the very top frequencies of most things that I put in to the beat. So yeah, that's what this preset is that I've kind of created. You're welcome to pause at any point and figure out exactly what these are. So I guess I can go through them. This is the basic 2 preset. This is the basic 4 preset. 7 and 8, and I think so. Let's go 120. Let's go with F. What in the world? I could just loop that. I might just repeat this twice and then maybe go up. I don't like the tone shift from F to, what is that, G? I think that's G. I need my glasses. Okay, I think that's good enough. I might come back and change this, but for now, this will kind of be like my pad or my baseline. Or not baseline, but like what my starting point, I guess. I think I'm gonna try a guitar, because I don't think I've tried a guitar going through this preset that I made yet. Ooh. You hear how it like created movement? So we can do something similar here, but maybe move this one down. Kind of want to switch the first chord and the second chord. So let me. So I think I'm going to make this one come first. some of these notes. Left to right. So this will be our, I'll just call it M1 for melody 1. The velocities of the last one or not, but that's okay. We'll do it on the guitar. So I just randomized the velocities. And now I could leave them as chords, or I could like do this. Okay, now I'm gonna pan some of the lower notes. I can also hear something I can EQ right now. I hear like a high frequency that's kind of sharp and annoying. I think I'll go ahead and take care of that. Okay, let's save that. Yeah, I like the guitar, but I think because of all the things I have on this preset, there's like a ton of movement happening that is a little bit extra. So I'm gonna fade the volume out of the guitar to kind of help alleviate that. There we go. Okay, that sounds a lot prettier. Okay, I am going to share some secret sauce. If you go to Citrus and find the FM flute right here, it kind of sounds like a vocal. It has like a vocal quality to it, especially if you like pitch bend it. So if you take it, let me unpan. Oops. So if you like start low and pitch it up, it kind of has a vocal quality to it. And I kind of want to run this through the preset that I was running earlier, just to see what it sounds like. So let's run it through 4. So let's put this through here. And this is another preset that I have. It just has chorus, flanger, and reverb on it. I mean, you can use that for all kinds of stuff, just to soften things up and make things more atmospheric and, you know, whatever. So. Okay, so I already have my guitar playing here at the beginning on the downbeat on the 1 here, and then there's like space between the 2 and the 3. And then same thing over here, there's like this space here. And I've got the same thing going on with my flute. So I think to kind of put things in different places so that not everything is always playing at the same time, I'm going to cut this a little bit and move these beginning parts back. So I'm going to take... Of course, I say that. I don't think it sounds any better. I think it sounds worse, actually. So I'm going to put it back the way it was. However, I am going to keep what I just said in mind for this next part. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take everything that I've created so far, and I'm going to consolidate it separately, like on its own over here, just to make it easier to delete stuff. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch this, and I saw this somewhere online, I can't remember where, but I'm going to stretch it, I'm going to reverse it, I'm going to pitch it up an octave, and I'm going to put some effects on it, which you already saw actually. So let's do that. So let's stretch it, pitch it up an octave, and I'm going to put these effects that I talked about earlier. So the chorus, the flanger, and the reverb. So I'm going to run this through this guy, and remember, this is literally everything put together, stretched out and pitched up an octave and reversed. Oh, it's not reversed yet. Now we're going to consolidate it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the frequency range the same. So I'm not going to pitch it up or down anymore. I'm going to keep it pitched up the way it is. And I'm going to keep it reversed, but I'm going to put it at half normal, like, ooh, voice crack, half the normal speed. That it normally is. So right there. And let's see what this sounds like. And then we can double it. And like I said earlier, there's a lot going on at the beginning of each downbeat, so on the 1 and the 3, but then between, so like this space here, there's not as much happening. Same thing here, and at the end of each phrase, there's like, you can see how the volume fades out for both of, I mean, not as much on the purple, but the blue for sure. So using that, I'm going to fade the volume out, or knowing that I'm going to fade the volume out where this isn't happening. So I'm going to fade it at the beginning and let it come in like this. So it's not, give it a new color. It's kind of loud. Okay, so we've got these 4 melodic pieces, and that's basically it for the melody of this. Yeah, okay. So we've got these 4 melody pieces. That's basically it for the melody. When I go to arrange this after I add drums to it, well, I'm not going to have everything playing at once. It'll be probably something more like maybe this. Maybe something like this. And pretend like pattern 1 or that, has all the drums. So it'll play through something like this, and I'll have things fading in and out. I may change this a little bit. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. So I'll have the intro coming at the beginning. And I'll have things like fade in and out. So we'll start with this. The guitar can come in halfway through. This can come in about right there, maybe a little bit sooner. And this guy can just start fading in. Maybe there. And then I'll have the drums come in. So that's essentially it for the melody. Before I do anything else, I need to save. So we're in F minor. 120. And then we can call this mic check for no particular reason.